Alden boots and shoes, we love them, but let's be realistic here. This is a Alden boot been stripped down with oh, it's down here in the bin. This is the midsole that was on there, and it's, look, it's cardboard midsole, and the seat piece around the back is a compressed cardboard. Unfortunately, that's got to go back on, but it will have a leather midsole on there. This is the other boot. Look at the stitching down here. Look, the stitching in there. That is going to be so difficult. It's not even coming through so well there, but that stitching is like a dog's arse. And to try and reproduce, get that machine to stitch in the same holes, it doesn't look so bad now on that one. Now I've stripped it out, but I don't know. It's just, can you see that? Is that coming through there? The tiny stitches, big stitches, tiny stitches, and it's just, and at the toe. Look, that bit there, look at the toe. Look, see, you've got to get that restitched and get back on there, trim it up nicely, and it just makes it a pain. So hang on, come in here, let's have a look. Let's strip this down. So I've just started to lift this heel, and it is a really good heel that's on these. It's heel's fantastic. Yeah, so we're back. Yep, lovely. So we've just pulled the heel off. This heel it's nailed on, look, with these nails here, and then there's washers. The washers sit inside the heel, inside the rubber, so that when the nail goes through, it catches on the washer and holds it tight. So let's just whip those out. We've got the heel stack here, again, cardboard. Look at that, look, just, you know, it's really, it's not nice stuff. You know, I argue it does the job. It should be leather, you know, there's lots of things that will do the job, but it's not right. It's not right. Here we go, so onto the machine. All I'm going to do is take the heads off the stitches. What this also does, it generates some heat. It generates a little bit of heat into where this boot is, where the sole is bonded onto the sole. Okay, so hopefully, back up, hopefully we got all the stitches, tops out, and then, well, carry on working, you alright? Carry on, it's fine, Off with the sole, and the sole's riveted round there. I've just caught myself on a few of those rivets. Look, really well done. That's really fastened together beautifully. We've got these out of here. Okay, and then this sole, you can see where it started to degrade. It feels a little bit damp, and we've had these shoes quite a while in the shop, but that is damp, and the dampness has soaked into this midsole, so we can't even get it nicely off. Can't even get this midsole nicely off. Anyway, we'll strip off this cardboard midsole and see what we can do. Beautiful uppers, beautiful lining. We do like Alden, but why would they do all this sort of thing? You know, it's such a shame. Okay. Right, so these are all stripped down now. A lot of the cork came out with these cardboard midsoles, and the shanks are there. Look at those shanks. My God, they're a good shank. And then this material over the top, I think that's to stop the shanks from rubbing on the rubber sole that was on and squeaking. One thing we have got though on this one here, if you see the welt comes up, and then this seat piece here has been trimmed off really badly, and that shoe's got a nice shape to it, that boot there, look. And this one here comes up and then it's been machined a bit crap there, so unfortunately these are going to have to go. Paul, I can replace these tennis seat, can I? Just here, look. Yeah, lovely. Get rid of this and put some now on some shoes you'll see them welted all the way around, on others they don't. It's no detriment to the shoe really if it's not welted all the way around. Just slightly different style of boots and shoes that have that done to them. So lovely. And then I'll get these mocked up for the customer and he can decide that he's having a brown, I think it's a brown sole, a nice stout midsole, then a brown sole and a black heel, because that's what they had originally. So I'll get those mocked up for him. So we're just having a look at this, trying to work out what the hell is going off with this. So this is the welt, and that's the welt stitching. But then it
crossed over it, hasn't it? When
it crosses over.
Sole on. Have they? Yeah.
The welt stitching. Jesus.
Yeah, it's under there, look.
So the welt stitching's under there,
so and it's stitched on like a traditional welt,
and then stitched at the back of that.
Yeah, they've just gone over. They've not had a lot to stitch on. But how have they managed to?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I do.
How are you?
All right. Yes, not bad at all. I'm just trying to figure this shoe out. Expensive shoe. Okay, so we've made some new seat pieces. These were the old seat pieces here, and they were cardboard. And because one of them was badly out of shape, we've replaced them. They don't do a lot really. They sit around the back of the upper, and then the through sole, the midsole goes across, and then the heel stack goes on. So it is just like a filler, but you know, come on, we'd like them to be leather. So we've just knocked a couple up here, and we'll get those put in position. So where the welt round there, like that, then that back down there, and then we can work to that now with the heel stack. I'll trim that up, and that'll be great. Now we've still got this strange, I've never ever seen this before. Have you, Paul? Where the welt is stitched at the wrong side of the... No. It's still quite annoying, that is. How that look. Can you see that? Have I got it in the right place? The welt stitching is down there, and then the outsole stitching is coming at the back of it there, and you see it there as well. Look, just crackers, absolutely crackers. But, in the majority of it is in the right place there. Look, you can see the welt stitching in there. Look, if I just pull that up there, look, so that welt stitching goes through there and out the back of the rib, straight through there, and then the outsole stitching is on the outside of it. However, over here, the welt stitching is in there, and the outsole stitching is at the back of it. So these are usually better than that. Do you see that a lot on these?
I've never come across it before, but we don't do masses of them, do we?
Have you, you know, your thoughts on the Alden boots then, or should I not ask you?
Probably best not.
Oh, okay. Okay. But they look so good. The uppers are so nice, and the lining's so good. Okay, the Aldens are here hanging up. They've been recorked. They've got the new seat round the back that was cardboard, and we've restitched a little bit of the welt stitching, and you can just see a little bit of fluff there from the old welt stitching. But we're just going to have to see what we can do, you know, do the best. Under the heater there, activating the glue. is the midsoles waiting to go on. So I'll get those on now, and then we'll be ready for the Commando sole going on and all stitching together. Okay, we'll crack on. Hello Damien, we've got your boots here, the Alden boots, and I'm just going back through now with what we're doing with them, getting them sorted. So we've got the leather midsole in there, the clay red sole. You mentioned having the heel stack and a black heel in there, like that. Or, I can't remember if we said we would do the midsole, the brown Commando, obviously heel stack in there, and black heel. Or the alternative was the, I know we mentioned black heel. This is the day-night, chestnut day-night, is it, Paul? Chestnut day-night, and again, black heel on there, like that. If you just remind me what we're at, we've had a few little issues we've had to deal with, putting new seat pieces in these and stitching a bit of the welt back down on them, but we are doing a video on these. So if you just remind me where we are with these, whether we're going midsole and Commando with black heel and the natural heel stack, or you're going with the clay red day-night and black heel, like that. No, not that heel, the day-night heel, obviously, to match the day-night. But you could have Commando heel on there if you wanted. You can have anything at all. We want to just leave a little bit of toe spring in there. Yep. No, leave the machine on, mate. It's all right. It's all right. That's how it is in a Cobblers. The noise, the sounds, the smell. What are you on with?
RMs.
Yeah.
I don't know what glue they use, but it's like marmalade.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Horrible.
That's
Stuck up to 9.
fiberglass shank. And what's that? Is that fiberboard?
No, the leather, I think.
Is it? Give it a scratch. Let's have a look.
No, it's fiberboard, isn't it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's fiberboard.
Yeah.
Fiberboard.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. But it's doing the job. You don't mind, do you? Don't offend you?
Okay.
No. A bit of fiberboard. No. Well, that glue's probably old glue going off, isn't it? Right. So I need to find these here.
How's it going?
Not bad at all. How are you?
I've tipped off. I've had fish and chips and a couple of pints.
Oh, good man. Right.
The blue sole?
No, the
Cook gusset.
cut gusset over here.
Right.
All done. I'm actually, my video's running. Your boots can be on it.
Super.
This is it.
Put me on it. I'm half pissed.
So, pair of trickers here. Gentleman's brought them in, and they had a little split on the gusset there. And we thought, you know, once you've got these on and your trousers are covering them, what does it matter? Because it's such a pain in the arse replacing this gusset. So this is the double gusset that trickers fit. Brown on one side, black on the other. Really good stuff. But look at all that work on stitching it. And then when you put a new one in and you stitch it, the lining sits like a dog's arse and it's really crap. So anyway, all sorted. Stitched up. We've glued it and stitched it. You're going to have £15 altogether. Is that all right for you? Perfect. Right, I'll just pause that then. Right, where were we? Oh, yeah. Just gingerly going around these with the lasting. These are actually lasting pliers. And when the upper was being made, you would pull the leathers round the last. Mouthful of nails. Put a nail there. Bang. Tap your nail in. Pull a bit more leather round. Bang. Tap your nail in. But now we use them because they've got a nice long reach on them, and we can just manipulate this welt onto the midsole. So we're bonding the welt onto this midsole because it's such... I don't really want my customer to hear me saying this, but it's such a poor welt. It really is. It's a lovely boot, lovely upper, but it's a poor welt. And we're just hoping that when Paul gets these onto the outsole stitcher, he can do some good. So we'll get them onto here. And then, God, you watch some of these videos and they get the beautiful sound. Put the guard down. They get some go on, stay down there, that's it. Ah, that's it. They get a beautiful sound of this Ranger cutting. Now I could use a knife, but you know, Ranger's sat here, let's use it. Mini Ranger or rough rounder or... Right, there we go. Get that sole onto there and then machine it all round and then stitch it and then heel stacks on, and these are out the door. Another job done. What are you doing? Getting the stitches out.
My favourite job, picking stitches out.
Have they been overstitched?
No, that's first repair.
Is it? Oh, that's nice.
It's RM stitchings are just a bugger to get out.
Do me a favour. Just hold this. You get some clever people put these videos on and the noise that they get. So, not a word. We're just listening. Lovely, that's it, that's all we wanted, a bit of noise. Bit of noise from them boots.
That's what you call a midsole, isn't it, from
It
Tailbiz?
is. Tailbiz, yeah. Okay, so we've just put the brown Commando sole onto this Alden boot. We've recorked, we've made a new tennis seat in there, we've put a nice stout leather midsole in, all the stitching's out, the Commando sole's on. I'm just going to knock this down and plier it all together so that it bonds nicely, and then trim it back and pass it to Paul to stitch it for us. We have got a little bit of an issue that we keep going on about this dodgy welt that's on this boot, and should we stitch it in a light coloured thread, do you think, or
I'll have a go.
yeah, okay, so if we stitch it in a light coloured thread, it's got to stitch quite nicely. If we stitch it in a brown thread, it blends in a little bit better if it's stitching a little bit like a dog's arse, like it was originally. You know, if you just look at the holes there and how tight it is to the edge there, it was really not a very good welt to work on. But we can do it and it will repair again. You know, there'll always be a way of keeping these boots going. In the last video we did, we had Paul working on a pair of boots and he was pulling the stitches out of these RM Williams, lovely soft upper, and I thought I'd just show you because it turned out such a nice job. Not that all Paul's jobs turn out nice.
I'm too surprised.
No, I'm not surprised at all. And look at that stitching on there. Look, can you see that stitching? Oh, it's lovely. And then he's got the green ridgeway on, the new heel stack, and yeah, so that was the boot Paul was working on when you saw him pulling the stitches out. Get the stitches out, re-stitch them back in the same holes, and yeah, what a great repair that is. We'll get those trimmed off. I've got to be super gentle. This is where it can all go tits up. Just the stitching out on these boots. We put so much effort in to get where we are with these boots. Stripping them down, taking the cut, re-cut, no pressure mate, no pressure, no. So, and we've documented for the customer that the welt wasn't great beforehand. And a lot of the time as customers, you won't see that, you'll just see it, glance it over, yeah, that looks great, had them a while, but when you look closely, the welt, that's the bit that we need to be good, to be able to work on your shoes. What we are going to do at some point is I'm going to re-welt a pair and just show you what a pain. Everybody's shaking their heads, it is a pain, it takes too long compared to the guys that do it at the factory on their machine. We need to find a pair that are going to be a nice candidate for re-welting. Right, okay, so I think they're ready to go.
Very good stitching.
Go on, go for it.
And then look. Oof. Oof. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Good lad.
I must say I'm quite pleased with that myself. Every single
There is a trick to this though, indeed, that you said yesterday.
Yep, knocks out. That's the secret recipe.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay. Come on, number 2.
Just a little bit there that we could have gone a bit farther in. To be fair, I could do that again if you want to.
Well, I'll just have a quick look at them and see where we're at. Okay, so we've got these stitched on. Really difficult to get on this little welt that's left on these boots, and the welt, you saw the other videos, it had the welt stitching was actually on the wrong side of where the outsole stitching was going to go. But Paul's done them, and the machine again has dropped into all the holes. If you look at big stitches, little stitches, that's how it was before. That's where the holes were. So the machine has just picked those up beautifully where they were on the boot originally from the manufacturer. So there was a little bit of a tough area inside here that Paul took the stitches out and redid that because he just didn't quite get on it. Once we've ironed it and tidied it up, that will be about as good as we can get on these boots. A very difficult repair. They have been awkward. We are earning our money with these, and you know, sometimes we do get some problems with your boots that we don't have anything on the price. We just crack on and get the job done. But it does make this a pair of boots that we'll be glad to see the back of, even though they are lovely boots. And all this that we're talking about on these videos, $700 for a pair of these Alden boots. Yeah, you know, the problems with the welt on these, we shouldn't be having that at that sort of price. We're right up there for these boots. So yeah, $700. That welt should be perfect, and you know, you saw us in the other videos stripping them down. That bit of fiberboard and cardboard, Conti board, whatever they call it, you don't want that in a pair of boots at $700. And God knows what they're going to cost now that we've got these trade deal that didn't quite work out. So yeah, lovely. Okay, so we'll crack on. Heel stacks on these, and then the customers asked for the black heel. Brown sole, black heel, which is something like they had originally when they had the proper Alden sole on. I'm just putting the lace in before we send these back to our customer. All gone together really nice. I did do a video of the heel stacks being put on, but whoever was taking the video messed up, pressed the wrong button, and we never got that video, I'm afraid. So the heel stacks went on with the heel attacher from inside the boot, and then we have the we machine all the top of the heel stacks and then bond on the Commando heel, which is what we've got here. So the whole job went together lovely. We had a lot of trouble with this welt round the top. Can I just have you in here and have a quick look at these? So this is on the bottom there, all stitched on lovely. And did you get that yet? On the top, as good as we can get, because we've gone back in the same holes. And you did see at the beginning of this video how the stitching is just not that nice, and the welt is the problem. The welt's not 100% on these boots. They've gone together solid, and they are a lovely boot, and the workmanship that's in there has gone together really well. This is the one that we have the trouble with. Down this inside here, we had to have 2 goes at getting that right, and you know, we only want to turn out good work. And if I put my hand over there and show you the bottom of this one, it's lovely. But where we had 2 goes at getting on there, it's a little bit, oh, look at that. Just from there onwards, it's all a little bit ugly. It's on the underside, but we just couldn't get that to stitch nicely. We had to have a couple of goes at it. And, you know, it's a 95% job. We are not 100% happy with it, but sometimes this happens, and you have to do what you can with the boots. So both of the boots there look lovely, great boots. With the customers just unlucky that welt has been a little bit awkward. They will repair again, and it will get even harder next time to get that even better. But anyway, that's the Aldens finally done. I would just like to say thank you for subscribing. On the last video, we were just getting to the 5,000 subscribers, and now we're at 5,100. So thank you very much for subscribing. And if you know anybody who would like the channel, pass it on, because the more subscribers we get, the better it is for us. Thank you for watching this video.